Welcome to the McDowell Phillips house. We are featuring a special exhibit that's taken some time to put together, but it's a good exhibit, and I think you'll enjoy it. It begins featuring the McDowell Phillips family and wedding clothing that they used over the years. These dresses in this part of the exhibit span from the 1890s to 2023. It begins with, under the glass dome, a small daguerreotype of Robert McDowell and his bride, Elizabeth Blake McDowell. They were married in 1863, and they are the ones who built this house in 1890. And also under the glass dome is a very unusual wedding piece. They are woven watch fobs. Watch fobs were used to carry the pocket watch. One is made out of Robert's hair. The other one is made out of Elizabeth's hair. And Elizabeth she made them as wedding gifts. The dress next to it, the ivory satin, dates to 1890 and was worn by their daughter, Elizabeth, also Elizabeth McDowell, but she was known as Bessie. And she married Charles Hughes in 1890. He was a graduate of Annapolis. They were not married in this house. It was not completed at the time. But sadly, Charles passed away 6 weeks after the wedding. And so Bessie came back to this house and lived here the rest of her life. She did not remarry. But so that's her wedding gown and his jacket, at least his coat. This part of the exhibit features the earliest dresses in the collection of the Historical Society, and they date from 1810 to the 1860s. They're all fragile, needless to say, because they're quite old. But they're typical of that time period: hoop skirts, corsets, the whole deal. This whole exhibit we call Not Just a Pretty Dress. And the reason why we do that is we have other small items that represent weddings in the time periods. We also feature information in the booklet of wedding traditions and stories of early weddings in Medina County. So it's not just about the dress here. It's about weddings in general. The next time period for the exhibit covers the 1870s through the 1890s. And one of the wedding traditions at that time, the weddings were in the homes, and the bride would enter the parlor and stand under a floral arrangement. Often the floral arrangement included a horseshoe for good luck. So the bride and the groom would be married. So Alan Parkhurst, who was is a noted florist in Medina, created that horseshoe for us. So this is the 1870s to 1890s dresses. And again, you can see that there isn't anything white. It's not that every bride wore brown. It just so happens that in the collection of the Historical Society, many of the dresses from this time period happen to be brown. But the one I want to talk about is the second one in. And really the only reason I'm talking about it, it's the only one we have, which is a full one-piece dress. Most dresses were two pieces, the bodice and the skirt. But this is a full one piece. And notable is the attachments, the elaborate braid on it, and that's called soutache. That's a French term. So that is a wedding dress. We're now into the early 20th century, and things have changed. The whole form of the dress is much more sleek, relaxed. The hoop is gone. They might have had a corset on, but the inside trappings weren't quite so complicated, and the fabrics are different. And one of the problems we have with this time period is that the fabrics were delicate, thus fragile, and so they don't hold up quite so well. This particular dress was worn by Helen Farage, but the special thing about this dress, aside from its style and detail on it, is the fact that we have a picture of the bride wearing this dress 65 years later. That's pretty amazing. So this concludes the dresses, etc., that are featured on the first floor. We have a second floor of dresses as well, which extends from the 1920s to the 2000s, the 21st century. So we represent a broad picture of wedding traditions, particularly in design, etc. So we're excited about the exhibit. We're excited when people come through because they seem to thoroughly enjoy it. We have scheduled open houses, which are part of the advertising, but we also accept personal tours of groups greater than 5. And we will schedule more of a private tour for organizations or family groups or whatever. You just call the Medina County Historical Society at 330-722-1341. Thank you.